In my work with older adults, I often hear the same familiar questions. Changes in urine color? Urinating more or less frequently than before? A dull ache in the lower back? Or mild swelling around the ankles and feet? These signs are not always serious, but they are often the body's way of signaling that the kidneys are under increased strain. Today, I'd like to revisit an important topic that is often overlooked: kidney health. The kidneys play a vital role in filtering waste and toxins from the body, maintaining electrolyte balance, and helping regulate blood pressure. However, because they work quietly, many people only pay attention to their kidneys once problems have already persisted. According to estimates from the U.S. National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, about 1 in 11 people in the United States will develop kidney stones at some point in their life, showing that kidney issues are more common than we might think. If you're listening to this and feeling concerned, I want to reassure you of one thing: you don't need to change everything at once. At any age, small but appropriate adjustments can help your kidneys work more comfortably each day, and what I share in this video is not meant to replace your doctor or prescribed medications. If you are taking medication for blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, or diuretics, continue to follow your doctor's instructions. Today's content is simply meant to help you make safer food choices to better support your body. I will introduce 5 familiar foods, from everyday fruits to nutrient-rich nuts, that can support kidney health when used correctly. The key point is that you don't need to include all 5. Just choosing one that suits you and using it consistently already puts you on the right path. These small choices, over time, can make a much bigger difference than you might expect. And now, let's begin with pomegranate. Then BAI. First, let's talk about pomegranate. If you've ever been told by your doctor that your blood pressure is higher than ideal, or that your kidney numbers are no longer as stable as they once were, this is a food worth paying close attention to. Pomegranate has been used for centuries in traditional nutrition, not because it's exotic or complicated, but because of the gentle and long-term benefits it can offer the body. What makes pomegranate especially valuable is its high concentration of antioxidants, particularly punicalagins and anthocyanins. These compounds help calm oxidative stress and inflammation in the body, 2 factors that quietly contribute to the gradual decline of kidney function over time. When oxidative burden is reduced, the kidneys, which are highly sensitive organs, are better able to function in a more stable and less strained environment. Several studies published in nutrition journals suggest that pomegranate may help lower blood pressure, which is especially important for kidney health. Long-term high blood pressure places constant stress on the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys, reducing their ability to filter waste and regulate fluids effectively. That said, I understand why many people feel concerned when they hear fruit juice. Worries about sugar content or interactions with medications are completely valid, especially if you've been managing blood pressure or blood sugar for years. Beyond its effects on blood pressure, pomegranate also has anti-inflammatory properties thanks to its rich polyphenol content. Chronic inflammation often goes hand in hand with kidney conditions such as chronic kidney disease or kidney stones. The goal here is not to cure these conditions, but to create a less inflammatory, lower stress working environment for the kidneys. For older adults, simply reducing the daily burden on the kidneys is already a meaningful and practical benefit. Pomegranate also provides natural nitrates, which support improved blood flow and vascular function. Better circulation means the kidneys receive adequate oxygen and nutrients, allowing them to carry out their filtration role more efficiently. One simple way to use pomegranate is to blend fresh pomegranate seeds into a smoothie or juice, combined with kidney-friendly ingredients such as cucumber, leafy greens, or berries. If you are taking medication for blood pressure or diabetes, always remember the safety principle: small amounts, taken consistently. There's no need to drink large quantities of juice or consume pomegranate in excess. A modest portion, preferably unsweetened, is enough to support the body by reducing inflammation and easing pressure on the kidneys. For older adults, lasting benefits come from consistency and safety, not from doing more or doing it quickly. Second, almonds. Do you eat almonds regularly? In conversations with many older adults, I've noticed that almonds are a type of nut that often causes hesitation. On one hand, they're frequently praised for being heart healthy. On the other, many people worry that nuts might place extra strain on the kidneys if consumed incorrectly. The reality is this: almonds can support kidney health, but only when they're eaten in an appropriate way. Almonds are a rich source of monounsaturated fats, a type of fat that has been shown to benefit cardiovascular health. When the heart functions more efficiently and blood pressure is better controlled, the kidneys are placed under less strain during daily blood filtration. For older adults, this heart-kidney connection is especially important as these two organs closely support one another. In addition, almonds contain essential minerals such as magnesium and potassium. Magnesium helps regulate blood pressure and maintain electrolyte balance, and it has also been linked to a reduced risk of kidney stone formation. Potassium plays a key role in maintaining fluid balance and stable blood pressure in the body. I understand that the mention of potassium can immediately raise concern, especially for those who have been advised. That concern is completely valid. In this case, the issue isn't almonds themselves, but the portion size. Almonds also provide antioxidants, particularly vitamin E, which helps neutralize free radicals and ease oxidative stress. A serving of about 28 grams, roughly a small handful, provides approximately 76 milligrams of magnesium and 208 milligrams of potassium. For most older adults, this amount is enough to gain benefits without placing additional stress on the body. When eaten in the right portion, many people notice that they feel comfortably full and gradually experience fewer cravings for salty foods. On the other hand, if you find yourself eating handful after handful without noticing, that's usually a sign that it's time to scale back. Another gentle option is to make homemade almond milk using raw almonds and water, which allows you to control the ingredients and avoid unnecessary sugar or preservatives. With almonds, the key is not eating as much as possible, but eating the right amount. Older adults generally do best with a small handful per day or a few times per week. If you've been advised by your doctor to restrict potassium, follow your doctor's individualized guidance. For long-term health, consistency and safety are far more valuable than quantity. Third, flaxseed oil. Flaxseed oil, extracted from the seeds of the flax plant, is one of the most notable plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acid, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. That caution is completely reasonable, but the reality is that not all oils are the same, and flaxseed oil is a clear example of that difference. The omega-3s in flaxseed oil play an important role in calming inflammation and reducing oxidative stress in the body, two factors that quietly contribute to kidney damage over time. Chronic inflammation is something I frequently see in people with chronic kidney disease or glomerulonephritis. For older adults, the greatest value of flaxseed oil isn't about adding more, but about helping the body respond more gently, with less inflammation, thereby easing the daily workload placed on the kidneys. Beyond its anti-inflammatory effects, omega-3 from flaxseed oil has also been associated with improved blood vessel function and better blood pressure stability, both of which are closely tied to kidney health. Long-term high blood pressure can damage the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys and impair their ability to filter waste. However, if you are taking heart medications, aspirin, or blood thinners, it's important to keep omega-3 intake at a moderate level. With flaxseed oil, you don't need large amounts to see benefits. Flaxseed oil also contains lignans, plant compounds with antioxidant properties that help neutralize free radicals and protect kidney cells from oxidative damage. Just 1 tablespoon of flaxseed oil provides about 7 grams of ALA, which already accounts for a significant portion of daily omega-3 needs. For most older adults, choosing one appropriate source of omega-3 and using it consistently is sufficient. There's no need to combine multiple sources at the same time. The simplest way to use flaxseed oil is to mix a small amount into steamed vegetables such as broccoli or spinach before eating. This doesn't disrupt familiar eating habits, yet it enhances the nutritional value of the meal. And if including all 5 foods feels overwhelming, flaxseed oil has a clear advantage. It's easy to use, uncomplicated, and requires only a small change to offer benefits. For older adults, simple habits that can be maintained long-term are far more valuable than any complex solution. Fourth, salmon. Salmon is one of the most familiar fatty fish and is highly regarded for its nutritional value and wide range of health benefits. That said, I know many older adults still wonder whether eating too much protein might force the kidneys to work harder. This is a very practical concern, and the answer lies in how you choose and use your foods. When consumed appropriately, salmon can actually be quite kidney-friendly, thanks to its high content of omega-3 fatty acid, particularly EPA and DHA. These omega-3s play an important role in calming inflammation and reducing oxidative stress, two factors that quietly contribute to kidney damage and can accelerate disease progression over time. In addition, salmon provides high-quality, easily digestible protein. For older adults, the goal isn't to build muscle or consume large amounts of protein, but to prevent the body from weakening too quickly. Protein from salmon helps maintain muscle mass in a gentle way without placing unnecessary strain on the kidneys. Beyond protein and omega-3s, salmon also contains potassium and selenium-2 minerals important for kidney health. Potassium helps maintain fluid balance and stable blood pressure, while selenium acts as an antioxidant that helps protect cells from damage. If you've ever been advised by your doctor to monitor potassium intake, it's completely understandable to feel cautious about eating fish. In this case, however, the key issue isn't whether you eat salmon, but how much you eat at one time. Salmon is also a natural source of vitamin D, which supports calcium and phosphorus balance, an important factor in reducing the risk of kidney stones and mineral imbalances commonly seen in older adults. A moderate serving, about 3 ounces, of wild-caught salmon provides roughly 1.5 grams of omega-3s, enough to offer clear benefits for kidney health. You don't need to seek out expensive salmon or use complicated cooking methods. Frozen salmon or simple preparations such as lightly seasoning with lemon, garlic, and herbs before baking or pan-searing are perfectly suitable, easy to digest, and easy to maintain in daily life. You also don't need to eat salmon every day. For most older adults, about 2 meals per week are enough to provide noticeable benefits. What matters most isn't eating perfectly, but building a simple, safe eating pattern that can be sustained long-term, because consistency is what ultimately allows the body to adapt and helps protect the kidneys over time. Fifth, leafy green vegetables. Do you eat leafy greens regularly? I've noticed that many older adults feel quite confused about this food group. Some are told to eat more vegetables for overall health, while others worry because they've heard that leafy greens are high in potassium. The reality is that leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and Swiss chard can support kidney health when they're used in the right way and in appropriate amounts. These vegetables are rich in vitamins A, C, and K, along with important minerals like potassium and magnesium. Potassium helps maintain stable blood pressure, a key factor in kidney function, while the abundance of antioxidants in leafy greens helps calm inflammation and reduce oxidative stress, processes that quietly damage the kidneys over time. The issue isn't leafy greens themselves, but how you choose and consume them based on your individual health condition. Spinach is a good example. It provides iron, which supports oxygen transport in the blood, along with folate, which helps produce red blood cells, and reduces the risk of anemia complication. That's not uncommon in people with kidney problems. 1 cup of cooked spinach contains about 839 milligrams of potassium, which is considered relatively moderate compared to many other foods. For people with age kidney decline or those focused on prevention, spinach can still be a reasonable part of a diet. That said, every kidney condition is different. Someone with advanced kidney disease will need very specific guidance, unlike someone with only mild age changes. When leafy greens are eaten in appropriate portions, many older adults notice easier digestion, less bloating or swelling, and an overall sense of comfort. On the other hand, consuming too much potassium when the kidneys can't excrete it efficiently may lead to hyperkalemia, a condition that can cause irregular heart rhythms, muscle weakness, or more serious complications. Kale and Swiss chard are also nutrient-dense options, providing fiber, magnesium, and beneficial compounds that support blood pressure, circulation, and heart health factors that are always closely linked to kidney function. Studies published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases suggest that reasonable intake of nutrient-rich leafy greens is associated with a lower risk of kidney stones and chronic kidney disease. A simple preparation method is lightly sautéing leafy greens with a splash of balsamic vinegar and sprinkling a small amount of toasted seeds on top. This enhances flavor and nutrition without making the meal heavy or complicated. If you're concerned about potassium, you don't need to fear leafy greens. The most important principles are the right method and the right portion. If your kidney disease is advanced, follow your doctor's individualized recommendations. For most people with age kidney weakness, or those taking a preventive approach, properly used leafy greens won't harm the kidneys. In fact, they can help reduce inflammation and support long-term stability. In summary, when we overlook basic but essential nutritional guidelines, the kidneys can gradually be placed under increasing strain. This doesn't happen overnight. It builds up quietly over time and may eventually lead to serious issues such as kidney stones, declining kidney function, or other related complications. That's why paying attention to seemingly simple dietary habits plays a crucial role in protecting both kidney health and overall well-being. Many of these unfortunate outcomes are actually preventable if we choose the right foods and maintain healthy eating habits starting now. You don't need to change everything at once, nor do you need to do anything complicated. By understanding the principles, making appropriate choices, and staying consistent, you give your kidneys the support they need to function more comfortably and sustainably each day. Start prioritizing your kidney health today, not with worry or fear, but with small, safe choices that are suited to your own body.